Good morning, you beautiful people. It's Lisa again, and I'm here to do another movie review from my scratch-off poster. I just wanted to give you a heads up. There's some new things happening coming pretty soon, so keep an eye out for that. And I'm hoping to do some more relevant movie reviews, doing more newer movies. So stay tuned for that. But for now, let's choose a movie, right? Let me get like a 4-year-old. Got him! Okay. Here it is. It's like my third take doing this today. So let's finally choose a movie. Okay. And go. Oh. Okay. Okay. The movie that was chosen for today is The Green Mile. That has Danny Glover in it. I think it's that one. Yeah, Danny Glover's in that one. Tom Hanks is in that one. They're in army uniform. That's about as much as I know from that. And the director is Frank Darabont. Darabont? I haven't heard of him. Great. I'm going to go watch The Green Mile now. And I'll be back to tell you how I feel about it. Be right back. I'm here to pick a different movie. I just want to go on a mini rant and just say that this is the perfect reason why we should still have Blockbuster. Because you can't stream The Green Mile anywhere. You can't stream it. And everywhere else I have that I can get something like that doesn't have it. So, without having to pay money, which I can pay some money, it's just, come on guys. I'm just saying, it's been a perfect time just to like run down to Blockbuster and get it, because you know Blockbuster would have had it. Anyways, rant over. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so let's try this again. And go. The camera's shaking. And okay. God, I don't recognize this one either, so I hope I can find it. This one's called 3 Idiots by Rajkumar Hirani. That's the best pronunciation you're going to get all day. So let me see if I can find this movie. And if I can find this movie, then I will be right back with my review. Thanks. Hey guys, I'm back from watching 3 Idiots, a movie that was directed by Rajkumar Hirani. It is a Bollywood movie. I will have to say that that was the first Bollywood movie that I've ever seen. So that was a real treat. So I wasn't really sure what to expect. And then I also had a hard time finding how to watch it. So I ended up finding a version on YouTube on how to watch it, but it was all in Hindi. I kind of know what happened, but at the same time, I'm not like 100% sure what was going on, so I'm gonna do my best to give you a review. This movie came out in 2009, and it is strictly an Indian film, and it chronicles 2 friends that are looking for their long-lost college roommate, and while they're on the hunt to go find him, they are just reminiscing about the good old college days and all the hijinks that they got into. This film reminded me a lot of like our American Pie movies, or what is the other one? Like Van Wilder. Like, you know, it's about a bunch of college dudes and the stuff that they did in, obviously in college. And so it's just taking that American idea and applying it to like the Indian culture, which was interesting to watch. I forgot for like a couple minutes that this was a Bollywood movie, and so I was like, obviously I knew it was a foreign film, so I'm just trying to understand what it is that they're saying in the context of things, and then they just break out into song and dance, and it reminded me that that's what I'm watching, and so I was expecting there was at least 3 or 4 little dance breaks. I really couldn't help but like just burst out into laughter the first time it broke out into a musical dance sequence. Because again, I was just watching a movie and all of a sudden it flips into like, it feels like a music video, right? And they're like, and it just started off so weird because they're in the shower and he's all lathered up with soap, one of the main characters, and like the water is turned off, so he just comes out of the shower, and then they just all start singing and dancing. And it threw me off guard, is what it did. Threw me off guard. So I couldn't help but like burst out into laughter when I was watching that. The parts where they were not speaking English, I really tried to focus on the musical cues. So like, musical cues and body language. Like, you won't be able to understand any movie in any language as long as you understand the background of everything that's happening. And so Bollywood movies, it seems like, because this is my first Bollywood movie, this is just my observation, is that they really heavily rely on the music to kind of carry the story. They rely on the music so much that if you're not used to watching those movies, the music placing and emphasis sounds just cheesy. Like when they're repeatedly getting bad news, one take after the other. It's just the music just keeps like, every time something bad is happening in like a 10-minute span, it's just going, using the same terrible music to like emphasize like, oh, we just heard bad news. So it just kind of comes off as a little cheesy. I mean, it's how it came off. Really, I felt that the story really focused on this one character, and I'm sorry if I can't remember their names, but he's like the main idiot. They're called idiots because that's what they were called in college, and it's just the group name that they came up with, and he was the main idiot. And he was one of those guys that, like, he was super smart, but just, like, didn't try in school, right? He was the quintessential, like, when I was watching this movie, I was constantly thinking, like, this guy is, like, Van Wilder. Like, he might be, like, super smart and, like, in certain engineering aspects, but, like, he also, like, wants to play down his smarts and just wants to be the cool guy with, like, this, like, cool guy vibe, which makes people think he's an idiot. And he's got these two guys, So the two other idiots they were all roommates in college, and it was these two idiots who are now older and searching for the main idiot. And so that's what the whole movie is about. At one point, I would say that at one point the movie completely lost me, and I wasn't sure what was happening anymore. This is a long movie. It was almost 3 hours long, and they spent so much time in the past and looking at past events, the relationship of these men throughout their college careers, that they spent so much time on that, you kind of forgot that there's also a present day story happening. And so when they would cut to that, it's like you have to like, it takes a little moment to go, wait, what's happening? Like, oh wait, this present day. Yeah, what's happening present day? So like it's like they just missed that step of like, oh yeah, let's cut back to what's happening today. Did they find him? Is he okay? What's happening over there? We're just stuck more like of watching their college days, and we're like, that could have just been the whole movie, right? It was just the college days, and then, you know, left out the present day part. I mean, you would have cut down the movie a lot shorter that way. I really hate to say this, but like, I really did really did enjoy the dance sequences. They're just so in tune with one another. I'm just kidding. No. Because like, it did in a way tie into the story, but in its own sense of ridiculousness, that it just seemed perfect for what the rest of the movie was, which was ridiculous. They did a lot of ridiculous pranks, and, you know, it's one of those things where you're like watching the pranks and you're like not realizing that these pranks are like affecting people, and they eventually get to those storylines where they're confronted with the pranks that, they pulled on the people, like people who they pulled the pranks on. They confronted them like, you're ruining my life by doing this. Why are you doing this? I can't tell you what their answer was because they were speaking Hindi. I'm sure it was something profound though. So one of the dance sequences is from the dean's daughter, and so they mostly pull pranks on the dean, and so the main idiot meets the dean's daughter, who happens to be very attractive. They have some interactions and stuff like that, and she kind of starts falling for him. And then right as it like gives the dreamy music, right? Because they're heavily relying on the music, so all of a sudden the music gets very loud and it's very dreamy-like. Then it breaks out into song and dance, and she's just daydreaming while watching TV with her dad, daydreaming about her and the main idiot. And so, like, it's within the context of the movie. It's just that next level of cheesy that you're kind of looking for, I think, in a Bollywood movie. Like I was saying, this movie kind of reminded me of Van Wilder and the American Pie movies, but then it also very slightly reminded me of The Lion King, because The Lion King gave us the wonderful phrase of Hakuna Matata, no worries, right? So you watch that movie, you know what the phrase is, right? So with this movie, they have their own phrase, and it kind of, I would say they're kind of trying to ensue that same thing, and the phrase is all is well. It's like the one English phrase that I can understand, not that they're saying, and then they even have a whole music number dedicated to that phrase, all is well. So I kind of was like, okay, so you're coming around to the end of the movie, like everything ends fine, everyone is happy and all is well. So the whole part, like the whole concept of the movie is all is well. Everything that happened in college, everything that's happening now, all is well. And I guess it's a beautiful message to leave the audience. I would say, yeah, go watch Three Idiots. It was everything you kind of look for and what you think Bollywood is about. It was fun. You got a little lost, but what's new, right? So, let's scratch this off, shall we? Awesome. So the picture that came from it, oh god, hold a moment please. So the picture that came from it is the contraption that the main idiot did when he didn't want to do this. It's the beginning of the movie, and it's a scene where it kind of seems like a fraternity hazing ritual. Everyone is bent over with their pants down, just in their underwear, and he shows up with all of his gear, runs into a room when he doesn't want to do that, and then concocts this little experiment or whatever, because I guess it's something Indian men do, which is just pee at your door or pee on the building. I don't know. But what he did is he put a spoon underneath it that was connected to electricity, so when he peed, he electrocuted himself. I'm glad I took the time to explain that. So that's what the picture is of the spoon contraption that he made. Hope you guys like this review of Three Idiots. Like I said, I'm planning on doing some newer films and doing some reviews of that. I'm also doing another quick trips video, so stay tuned for that. And come back next week where I pick another movie and I review it. You say bye.